I'll just tuck your head off, Mike.
I know. That's what I'm worried about.
Hey,
No,
this
I'm
looks
just
like a great matchup. Size-wise, both teams are quick. They can shoot the ball. I've really been looking forward to this game all day, Mike.
Yeah, me too. Gavin Rhodes had a great game yesterday inside for Tabby. I'm excited to watch Air and Gavin or whoever that matchup is, but I'll bet it's Cashier.
Who do you? I mean, we'll see. Who do you think they're going to stick on Cashier? Seemed like when Paiute beat him in the region tournament, the smaller player, quicker, was really effective guarding him.
A complete defensive set on the tip for the Tigers. Air in the corner. Now this is a big man that can shoot the three. Taylor Air holds set in the state tournament the single season three-point shooting record as Osborne elevates in the paint and scores for the Panguitch Bobcats. He has 62 on the season, I think, for the big man.
Mike Cashier averaging 430 points this game, averaging 16 and a half. And for the Tigers, Chance Lazenby, maybe you just got this in the pregame, 365 on the season, averaging 14.6 points a game.
Well, Chance and Cashier, it's going to be a good matchup.
Well, there's the first big three from Cash. Right on, my goodness.
Bryce, Canyon City 3, just like we called for it almost. We weren't cheering for the Bobcats, but...
No announcer jink there, Mike.
No
announcer jink.
Air is so smooth. It gets that big rebound there.
You know, the Air brothers, I guess. He's had a couple brothers come through the program.
Yeah.
3-second count. Hey, we're going to send it down to Nate Thatcher on our sideline.
Hey, guys, I talked with Tabiona head coach Lee Gines before the game. He's wearing a sweatshirt, and on the back of it reads 3 words: attitude, anticipate, attack. It's 3 words his boys have lived by the whole season long, he says. He also said there's one key to winning tonight, and that is rebounding. Then on the other side, Panguitch head coach Clint Barney said that even though they played in a 1A preview and they got the win, tonight's a whole new ball game. He wanted to emphasize offensive rebounds and getting good looks at the rim. Should be a good one tonight, guys.
Both these coaches, legends at these high schools and in their towns. Yeah. I mean, we've got 50-plus years of coaching experience between them. State titles.
Coach Barney just almost lost his mind right there. 3 Bobcats standing around, watch the ball go out of bounds, thinking it wasn't touched by them. And he's like, just grab the ball. Just grab the ball.
Get it. He's yelling, Joe, get it.
The one of the stats that I just absolutely love, Taylor, is Lee Gines has the most wins at a high school, 1A high school in the state of Utah out of the current coaches, and it's including this season 565.
565? That's rare air. That's all I can say.
Nice little jumper in the middle.
Boy, really
Miller with that basket, and the Bobcats jump out to a 7-0 lead.
This is state championship basketball brought to you by SUU on TeamHive.live and KTA 8.1.
Celebrating over 80 years of service, Garfield Ready Mix and Bryce Valley Builders are proud to sponsor 1A basketball. Providing quality concrete to Paiute, King, Garfield, and Wayne counties, the mutters at Garfield Ready Mix are the best around.
Bobcats 7-0 run to get this thing going. Coach Gines takes a quick timeout. Let's see what they've got.
Zions Bank timeout. Gines up top. Giles down low. Gavin Rhodes. Last touched by Tabiona.
Great work by the officials. The official under the basket didn't get a good look on it. He's turning, following the action, looks out to the outside ref for the call, and he makes it with confidence. Bobcat basketball.
Miller and just didn't get enough on that pass, and it's taken away by Chance Lazenby.
That's a little bit of a surprise. Tigers extended the defense, and they got the turnover they wanted.
Bobcats have a good guard line. It is surprising that pressure causes the turnover. Logan Rhodes. Elevate, Giles won't go. Air with the rebound for the Bobcats.
That Bobcat defense really extending well beyond the arc, picking them up.
When you're long and tall, David, it makes it easier to do that. You know, you can recover, you can get a hand up the passing lane. Miller kicks. Chappell for the short corner won't go. Giles on the fast break. Oh, he had Gavin Rhodes wide open on the opposite block, but he looked the other way. Miller with the rebound.
Yeah, early the length of the Bobcats giving people trouble. You know, Utah, we play some teams with length. Oregon walks in, and they always give us fits, and this Panguitch team has Oregon length for 1A.
Yeah.
You know,
yes, they do.
One of the players that the Bobcats don't want to give that open three to is Giles.
Miller lays it up on the other end off the takeaway. 9 unanswered by the Bobcats. The pressure extending way out is causing all kinds of havoc for the offense of Tabby. Left side Rhodes pulls up in the paint. Up and under, won't go. Air tips again, tipped it out of there. That's going to go out of bounds.
You know, Panguitch switching really hard on the picks outside the three-point line, not allowing any space at all for the pass as the pick comes.
You know, the Bobcats, their signature defense, always man-to-man. Very seldom you see them in a zone.
Blocked from behind, and then the rebound foul on Gavin Rhodes. Hey, let's play a little Fabrats trivia. Fabrats, a family-friendly, entertaining YouTube channel. Check them out on YouTube, Fabrats. Email us the answer. What's the name of Fabrats' oldest video on their Fabrats channel? Send us that name of that video and win a Fabrats shirt at uhsslive@gmail.com. Johnson, Miller,
Bryson Fabrizio, number 3 into the game for the Tigers.
Johnson, up top, high post Miller. Johnson's 3 blocked. Ayers almost saves it in, but he steps out of bounds.
That block came out of nowhere. I mean, I think he was in the cheap seats behind Coach Gines. That was impressive.
Yeah, he elevated and swatted that ball from, I didn't see him coming.
Peterson picks that ball up high. He's got to keep that dribble alive.
Logan Rhodes gives it up to Fabrizio. Giles, high 3, hits top of the backboard. Air with another rebound.
Air owning the glass early.
Elevate off the dribble. That's Justin Osborne.
You know, Osborne, one of those players last year, very instrumental in the Panguitch Bobcats state championship team, returning as a junior.
Little contact there. Tabby wanted the foul, but the Bobcats wanted the travel, so probably a good no call. Miller. Air cuts baseline, lays it up, and blocked out of bounds by Chance Lazenby.
Lazenby's got some hops. Isn't that 2 blocks in a row, Mike?
I think so. Air in the corner to Osborne. Looks into Chappell. Turnaround jumper from the foul line. Buries it. 6 points in the first quarter for Osborne.
You know, Mike, talking to Coach Barney earlier in the season, this is probably one of the most challenging schedules he's had as a coach. You've got Enterprise, Kanab, all 2A schools, Parowan, Millard,
Hurricane.
Grand Hurricane, Grantsville. They beat Grantsville in overtime, 75-73 in a Christmas tournament.
Timeout on the floor.
Sorry, some good teams. Go ahead, Mike.
We'll take one as well. This state championship basketball brought to you by Larry H. Miller Utah Summer Games on 1aball.com.
Hey Mom, I'm going to Sydney.
Hello? What about the fridge?
Love cheese? We do too. Come join our team with a generous benefit package and starting wages over $18 an hour. Are you ready to be an employee owner? Great Lakes Cheese in Fillmore is ready for you. Grow with the largest natural cheese packer in the nation. Full-time positions available for every shift. Apply online at GreatLakesCheese.com. Again, that's GreatLakesCheese.com. Wishing all athletes good luck in the tournaments and eat more cheese. When it comes to traditions, at the top of the list has to be a stop at Henry's Drive-In on Highway 89 in Panguitch for a hot and juicy chubby cheeseburger and an order of homemade onion rings. From the amazing crew at Henry's, they wish all teams success.
Tigers really need a bucket on this possession. Coach Gines ran a great inbounds play. I thought we were actually going to get a 2 really early off the bucket, but last second a hand got in there and poked it away.
And they're going to call that with a holding on the ground, not on the shot. You know, but you're through the first period. You really haven't hit your stride and offensively, and you're only down, 13, and bang.
Bryce Canyon City 3 for Chance Lazenby. He changes that 13-3. Couple three-pointers can change a game in a hurry. That's one aspect that the three-point line is one thing that's done. Miller with the turnover. Outlet pass ahead to Fabrizio, blocked by Osborne. Osborne blows the tire, has to pick his shoe up. Miss. Lazenby won't go.
Great shots at the basket, just can't buy a bucket.
Osborne gets his shoe back on and gets that rebound, gets it up the floor. In the corner, Johnson, 3 off the front of the iron. Chases down his own rebound. Bounce pass down into Chappell, off the glass and in.
Good job by Chappell, kind of hitting that post area, creating some space with his back, and just clears that space. Nothing but backboard and
Peterson
rim.
Giles, the fadeaway 3 at the buzzer won't go after 1 quarter of play. 15-3. Bobcats is state championship basketball brought to you by the University of Utah on KSLSports.com and KTTA 8.1.
Joe Dolan Auto Body is a proud supporter of Paiute High School athletics. Located in Cirqueville, Joe Dolan Auto Body can help with dents, scratches, paint jobs, and more. Give Joe a call today at 435-577-2442. Good luck, Region 20 teams.
JT Steel is a custom steel fabricator. It all began with a $2,000 job in 1983, from large projects like the BYU baseball stadium to a customer that needs an angle with a couple holes. Owner and Garfield County Commissioner Jerry Taylor wishes all teams success. K&D Forest Products in Panguitch, Utah invite you to come visit them for all your building and log home needs. K&D would like to wish all teams success in the postseason. It's time for championship basketball, and Lamb Excavating, located in Orderville, Utah, wishes all teams the best of luck in the postseason. Lamb Excavating can help you with all of your excavation needs, from gravel to chip seal and any other excavating. No job is too big or too small. Give Darwin and the boys a call. 435-648-2318. Now let's play some ball.
Back of the action, Spear Valley Center after the first quarter break. A 3-second violation on the Tabiona Tigers. Dead ball. We'll take it down to our sideline reporter, Nathan Thatcher.
Hey guys, in an early timeout, Coach Barney yelled at his boys to just go. He said, don't hesitate on your screens and get good opportunities at the rim, which is exactly what they did there in the first quarter. And then on the other side, Coach Gimes was yelling, just make a shot, as they didn't see the ball go in the hoop until that 1 minute mark there in the first quarter. Let's see if they can close that deficit just before the half.
Thank you, Nathan. As Bobcats, Tebbs into the game for the Bobcats. For Johnson, also in is Parkin. Tebbs with the jumper draws the foul.
Tebbs is a name I recognize.
That's a Panguitch name actually, but hey, we threw a little curveball at Region 20 basketball, and it's kind of has been in the past a name for the Bryce Valley Mustangs now too. So
how does that go in the family?
Yeah, well, when you have 8 kids in one small community, Tebbs kind of starts to work into the vernacular of Region 20 basketball from Bryce Valley, but 2 Tebbses on the Panguitch team. That's where we originated from.
I've seen David and Mark's mom, at a game with a half Bryce Valley and half Panguitch shirt on.
Yeah.
Boy, that's a real mom right there. Somebody that can straddle that. That's a politician. That's where you get it, Dave. That's where the politician,
I
right?
guess.
Yeah.
Especially when it's a rivalry like the schools are.
It's funny, you know, blue never leaves your blood, but when your kids are on the floor, it bleeds
Shot
green.
clock, 2 seconds. Got it up in time. Tebbs with the rebound for the Bobcats.
You know, got to be frustrating for Tabiona here. You're getting some shots. They're just not falling. I've been in those games before. You just need somebody to get a hot hand, and things can turn around.
Catch and shoot 3, Cash Air.
Jace's older brother that was a good shooter too.
Timeout on the floor. Hey, we'll keep it here, David.
Yeah, hey, let's keep it here. We've got Taylor Randall from the University of Utah with us. He's sporting his bright red University of Utah sweater and shoes and watch band. Man, look at that. Always advocate. Oh, and glasses, he points to.
Thanks for letting me offend you with the bright red.
Oh, it's great. Hey, quick timeout, 3-second timeout. Let's talk about some of the initiatives there at the U. You're really putting a great effort into outreach to all the state of Utah, but what are you doing on campus to try to help? You have a goal for 40,000 students to build your enrollment?
40,000 students. The big transition for the University of Utah is to build 14,000 beds. We're at about 8,000 right now. We've been putting up a lot. We got another 2,000 coming online in the next fall. And that's really so that kids from all over the state can come to Salt Lake and hopefully enjoy the University of Utah.
You know, housing really a challenge in all communities, even throughout our small rural communities, and I'm sure that's the same challenge universities face is housing.
And one, Lex Giles attacks the basket, draws the foul, and makes the basket.
Giles, a great Tabiona name. Got some brothers, great shooters. The Giles family right there, great roping family also. Love the rodeo. A lot of rodeo families out there in Tabiona. And Giles, they can throw a loop and they can shoot the 3.
How many rodeos do you get to a year, David?
Well, Ruby's Inn has a rodeo, so
every night.
Every night. Now, Wednesday through Saturday, but not many. 24th of July, 4th of July, but always a great tradition of our small rural communities.
Parkin with the putback.
You still participate in the mutton busting?
We have mutton busting at Ruby's Inn in the rodeo.
Well,
all my kids have grown up experiencing that, and they've all turned out okay. So.
You know, I did it once. I will just say I did not last.
My boys would go ride steers because they get paid to ride at the Ruby's Inn rodeo, but once they started to want to ride the bigger rough stock, I said, I think we should go shoot hoops.
You're a wise man.
2-2-1 half-court trap for Tabby, trying to change things up. No-look pass from Air to Tebbs. Over to Osborne, tries to get it down to Parkin on the low blocks, kick out of bounds.
You know, the Bobcats seem to be able to adjust to any defense that they're throwing at them right now. I do like what Coach Gines is doing to try to switch it up, but no answer so far.
And Coach Barney digging into his bench a little bit with Tebbs and Parkin on the floor. But really a great skill set deep into the bench for the Bobcats.
7 seconds on the shot clock. Miller drop step right, shot up, hits the rim, resets clock. Tabby wanting over the back. Air, Bryce Canyon City three. His third tray of the game.
You know, that did look like an over the back. Frustrating. You want to get every call you can. Nice strong move to the basket. Lazenby wanting the foul but he doesn't get the whistle. The officials letting him play.
You know, I like the last two buckets, though, by Tabiona. Strong moves by Giles and Lazenby. That's the kind of that's the kind of thing you got to do.
There's a lot of contact on that first one. The officials let him play through. And then that second shot, his feet get taken out from underneath him. He makes the basket, goes to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line.
You know, in a tournament like this, you really get stretched night in, night out. Having depth has got to be a big, big advantage.
It is a big advantage. You've got to get your legs under you, and after 4 days of straight basketball. Oh, what a move.
Tebbs heads up.
That was Miller heads up. If he lands holding that ball, he's going to get a travel. He throws it down to bounce it before he lands. Great heads up play by Miller. That was a high jump dribble, Mike.
Yeah, it was. Left side, Giles drives in, kicks it back. Finding a seam, taking it all the way to the rack is Fabrizio. 7 points in this corner for Tabiona. Tebbs ahead to Miller. Miller's cross court to Osborne. Osborne pulls up off the dribble for three, bounces off the right side. Lazenby with the rebound for Tabby.
That was a heat check for Osborne. He's made, I think, his last three shots.
Peterson three from Bryce Canyon City, three-point line. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. This championship basketball brought to you by Bryce Canyon Half Marathon on KSLSports.com.
Are you tired of winter and ready to ride? We invite you to the Bryce Canyon Mule Days. Join us in Tropic, Utah the first week in May for guided mule rides, vendors, food, and fun, featuring arena events including ranch sorting. Then Friday night, a live concert featuring Bram Hill, and the premier Chrome in the Canyon Mule Sale on Saturday. Learn more at BryceCanyonMuleDays.com, and we will see you there.
As Utahns, we don't have to go far to find a bit of heaven. Historic Panguitch City, nestled in southern Utah's high plateaus, just 20 miles from Bryce Canyon National Park. Panguitch is a year-round celebration of heritage and outdoor culture.
Panguitch Drug Store on Main Street in Panguitch has provided pharmacy services for over 100 years and 4 generations. Refill your prescriptions online at drugstorewest.com or give them a call at 435-676-2212.
For big-time making with Hometown Field, Zions Bank is for you. Tabiona battling back.
You know, that was a respect timeout from Coach Barney. Couple quick baskets, and he's like, I am not going to let this happen.
Tebbs hits Air in stride.
You know, Parkin in the mix in that play, Mike, he's kind of had that little screen that opened that lane for Air.
And defense flies by. Shot up won't go. Parkin goes to the ground, kicks the ball out to Cheston Tebbs.
You know, and I think if you're Tabiona, you don't need to panic. You just got to trust your skills, your game plan, and they're getting good shots to the basket. They've just got to get them to fall.
Bounce pass into Miller at the high post. Has to step out to the three-point line to get it. Cheston Tebbs hesitates, goes baseline. Bounce pass to Air. Skip pass in the corner, Osborne. Miller, 4 seconds, air, catches, shoots.
Oh, offensive foul.
Offensive foul.
You know, he needs to bring that back across his body to get that shot. He shoots it off his left ear, and as he pulls that back across his body, I don't feel like that's intentional. You just don't see Air play in that style of basketball. Really respectable player. If he makes a shot, he likes to celebrate, but he pivots through with that, and he's called for the offensive foul. Hard hit on
Peterson.
You know, there's an interesting battle going on between Daxton Miller and Rhodes.
And you were talking about it. Oh, no,
they're stopping the game with blood.
Gavin Rhodes and Daxton Miller, about the same size, both very, very athletic. You watch them off the ball. They are battling for position, working
Dayton
hard.
Giles in for Tabby.
Hopefully we get Peterson doctored up back in the game. Boy, I
His
remember
nose is bleeding. I heard a wives' tale. Have you ever heard of this? Someone told me today that for a bloody nose, you lay on your back and you have someone kick the balls of your feet really hard and it'll shut it down. 3-point basket up, won't go. Have you ever heard that?
I don't know.
I'm like, medically, I don't see it. I've been an EMT for over 20 years, or for 20 years, so.
Yeah, that's not one I've heard.
Laid up the other end. Fabrizio.
Nice job. Tigers not giving up by any means. They continue to push it up the floor.
Tabiona crowd getting into it. How much of Tabiona is here tonight, David?
You know, I was telling Taylor before the game, I said, you know, we've always made the comment, if you're from Tabiona and you're looking to pick up a TV or something, everybody's here, and you know what? I'd bet you money that the front door's unlocked.
Miller goes down the right-hand side, draws the foul. It's interesting, though, Taylor. I was watching the 3A games in the championship game in this gym, and the camera, you know, pans around. You see the crowd. There are more fans here ×2 than in this semifinal game than what I saw in the championship game for 3A.
Yeah.
These little communities support their youth so well.
Well, it's really just a community activity all the way around.
Miller,
you know,
2 rare misses.
I was going to ask, what if you had a favorite basketball movie, what would it be?
It's Hoosiers.
Yeah.
And isn't this Hoosiers right here?
Yeah,
this
absolutely.
is.
You know what we need to do? We need to advocate for the Hoosiers type tournament. Every school in Utah, one big tournament.
Oh, that would be cool.
What do you think? Right here in Richfield.
That would be
even if you just took your top 2 teams of every division and have a tournament. Wouldn't that be cool?
Well,
but then you wouldn't get the Hoosiers experience.
It's
because your Hoosiers were.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Let's do it.
Look, you guys are the media magnates. Let's get this thing. Going.
Let's do that. Let's pull some players together and see if we can get a sponsor for a statewide tournament.
I'll tell you what, the University of Utah's in on that.
All right,
That'd be cool.
That's a great idea.
Air, nice dish. Gets it to Osborne, saved by Parkin and picked up by Lazenby, but Air hits Osborne slashing through the paint, just unable to convert.
I can tell you my favorite movie scene with basketball, and you're going to think that's funny, but is Cable Guy when Jim Carrey shows up for a community basketball pickup game.
Giles from downtown, Tebbs with the rebound for the Bobcats.
Cable Guy. I have not seen that in a few years.
He shows up in his headband and shorty shorts and high socks. I showed up at a community kind of, we call it Fat Man League game, with some short shorts and big tube socks and a headband, and did my stretches so I didn't pull a hammy.
But that's what we used to wear back in our day.
Yeah. All right, Mike, hey, back to you.
We'll take a quick break. We're watching 1A State Championship basketball on TeamHive.live and KTTA 8.1.
Do you like car shows? Well, let's supersize it as trucks from all over come for you to enjoy at the Panguitch City Truck Show. It's a family fun event on the 4th of July weekend. Friday night is the light show on Panguitch Main Street from 8 to 10:30 p.m. Saturday, the show will be at the Panguitch City Park from 10 to 4. Truck registration is $75. We support all truck drivers that make our communities better, so why not show off their trucks? We wish all teams success.
For banking that helps you stay in the game, no matter where you are, Zions Bank is for you. Inbounds the Bobcats, 12 seconds to go in the first half.
I was just going to say, Mike, Dax Miller, as he took his cup of water, leaving the bench, he threw it back at the water cooler, and it spun through the air and landed on top of that garbage can, flat down without falling off. And he was laughing, walking out like, "Whoa, did anybody else see that?" Well, Dax, I saw it.
David saw it.
Nailed it.
Shot of the
Catch, shoot. Oh, good if it goes, and it didn't. 28-15 after 2. We'll take a quick break and be back with the Southern Utah University halftime report after this.
Son, underage drinking is never the right ingredient.
Precision Tire Service is a new tire lube shop in Duchesne, Utah. Stop in and see what's new. Service with a smile. Congratulations, Tabiona Tigers, on a great season. Best of luck at state.
All right, welcome out to the Southern Utah University halftime report. Come soar with us at SUU.edu as you're watching the Panguitch Bobcats and the Tabiona Tigers.
I'll tell you, really, the tail of that first half was the first quarter by the Bobcats. They sprinted out. Tabiona played them near even in the second quarter. Started to warm up a little bit. And some of that was they started mixing the defense up and got in their rhythm. Strong play by a couple of the Tabiona players. They're going to need another couple quarters of that to pull it back together.
Yeah, it's hard to spot a team like the Bobcats of Panguitch. 13 points, 12 points, and then battle back. But if there's anybody that can do it, Tabiona can.
I just say that exact sentiment, Mike. If anybody can do it, Tabiona can. They've got an explosive offense. They're only down 13 after having such a tough first half. I don't foresee the Tigers coming back after halftime and having a similar second half as they did the first. I think we're going to see them get back into this game, and it's going to be a tight game.
The glaring difference on the stats, you've got the Bobcats, who are 9 of 13 from two-point land, and the Tigers are 4 of 15 from two-point land. The two-point shot's just not falling.
And that had to be all first quarter with that quick opening burst by Panguitch. I'll tell you, the people I thought that fought back well for Tabiona, Fabrizio was fantastic in that second quarter. I really liked, I thought Lazenby with his hard drives to the hoop started to set the tone a little bit, and then Lex Giles did the same.
Absolutely. Lazenby 1 of 3 from behind the arc with 6 rebounds also for Tabby. You watch the Panguitch Bobcats cheer.
So if you're Coach Gines, what are you going to say to your team at halftime?
I think you got to be patient. I think you got to approach it and be like, hey, look, we spotted them 12 points. We're only down 13. You know, this is not, we can play with this team. We just have to we got to eat the elephant one bite at a time, so to speak.
Yeah, you're not going to break that deficit down in one swoop. You've got to take it one basket at a time and just stick to your game plan. Their baskets are going to start falling.
Rebounds are even. In fact, I mean, Panguitch has one more rebound. The game is a few missed shots different from being tied up.
You know, Mike, in the middle of that first half, you pointed out that if you could pick up the defensive intensity for Tabiona, it would make a difference, and we saw that.
Absolutely.
Hey, Mike, back to your old wives' tale question, okay?
Yeah.
I got a shout-out from Brian Bremner. He said, hey, legendary wrestling coach from Panguitch High School, Frank Houston. He has kicked the feet hundreds of times with his wrestlers when they get a nosebleed. Seems to work for wrestlers.
All righty, that's
Yeah.
going to do it for the. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know if that.
You're going to have to take that to the medical school and see what the medical.
You know, I'll get you guys a ruling on that by tomorrow.
All righty. This has been your Southern Utah University halftime report. Come and soar with us. Check us out, suu.edu.
Garcane Propane proudly sponsors Region 20 basketball. We are here to meet your propane needs. Call us 800-747-5403.
At Rally Stop, we're more than just a gas station. We're an important part of the community. Grab a quick snack, top off your tank, and hit the road with confidence. Not going to the game, grab a drink, some chicken, and a snack, and head home to watch the game. Rally Stop. Rocky Mountain Fencing, located in Panguitch, has been serving Southern Utah for over 20 years. Owner Marquet Engelstead is a proud supporter of Region 20. Give Marquet a call today, 435-463-1659.
Imagine a cool winter sunrise with the sound of skates gliding across smooth ice, adding to the soundtrack of winter in Bryce. With the unveiling of the Bryce Canyon Ice Ribbon. The ice ribbon offers a meandering path with music echoing through the pines. Ruby's Inn provides crowd-pleasing activities that include ice skating, snowshoeing, and cross-country skiing, with equipment rentals on site. Book now at rubysin.com.
At State Bank of Southern Utah, we're not just your bank, we're your partners in financial success. With personalized service and a commitment to your goals, we're here for you every step of the way. State Bank of Southern Utah, where relationships matter.
If you are buying or refinancing a home, did you know you can request your own title company? Keep business local and request security title for all your title, closing, and escrow needs. Travis and Hillary wish all team success in the postseason tournaments.
Small Town Sips is your one-stop shop for specialty drinks, cookies, and snacks. Locally owned and operated, drive up to our window at the Panguitch Drug and face the day with a smile. Go Bobcats!
Utah Independent Bank, locally owned with branches to serve you in Beaver, Salina, Monroe, and Milford. Our loan officers and staff are ready to serve you for all your banking needs. Bank with people you know and trust. Get custom banking with custom ideas and custom solutions at Utah Independent Bank.
This is the moment. You're here. Where you belong, you belong, you belong.
Trust your smile to Cody Wilson. Located in Cedar City, Wilson Orthodontics creates a fun, efficient environment while perfecting your smile. Schedule an appointment today, 435-586-8980.
Windy Mesa Studios in Panguitch is your local source for personalized and custom printed products. From wholesale items for your gift shop to custom framed or gallery wrapped canvas pictures, we have you covered. Contact us at 435-618-0014.
Wolfpack Mobile Lube and Auto Service, serving Garfield and Paiute counties. Heavy machinery, oil and lube, mobile oil changes, auto services, brakes, rotations, and filters. Schedule online, and we come to you. Call today, 435-618-9124.
For almost 70 years, the Yardley Insurance Agency has been helping people find the insurance that's right for them. They represent several companies, including Allstate and Liberty Mutual, and have friendly staff that are ready to meet your insurance needs. Yardley Insurance is proud to support the Region 20 tournament.
At State Bank of Southern Utah, we're not just your bank, we're your partners in financial success. With personalized service and a commitment to your goals, we're here for you every step of the way. State Bank of Southern Utah, where relationships matter.
Ruby's Inn General Store has the area's widest selection of Indian arts and crafts, curios, and groceries. Located 1 mile from the entrance to Bryce Canyon National Park, Ruby's General Store has what you need.
Bear Valley RV Park in Sinclair, conveniently at the junction of Highway 20 and 89. Large RV pull-throughs with full hookups. Rent a cabin, a sheep camp, a teepee for an unforgettable adventure. BearValleyRV.com. Blackburn Propane is a family-owned company. We've been in business for 31 years. Full-service propane company servicing all of central and southern Utah and parts of Nevada and Arizona. We don't just service one, we service all. Brown Brothers Construction offers a wide variety of construction and excavation services. We offer standard and decorative colored concrete to south central Utah and northern Arizona. We are excited to announce our concrete pumping service to Kane County, Utah and Coconino County, Arizona. We look forward to our next pour with you. Brown Brothers' success is a direct result of our dedicated and talented employees. If you're looking for a fun and fulfilling employment opportunity, join our team today. Everyone at Brown Brothers Construction wishes all athletes the best of luck in the postseason.
Bryce Canyon City is your destination for adventure. Cruise the miles of scenic trails on e-bikes, ATVs, horses, mountain bikes, or on foot. Let us take your breath away with a stunning array of winter activities, the rodeo, shopping for memorable souvenirs, world-class stargazing, and of course, the majestic Bryce Canyon National Park. Make Bryce Canyon City your next stop for an unforgettable adventure. All the amenities the city can provide. Visit BryceCanyonCityUT.gov.
State Championship Basketball brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services. Chad Lyman from the Sevier Valley Center. You're watching Panguitch, Tabiona, 28-15 Bobcats. Hey, I've got a winner on the Fabrats Trivia. Our winner is, so the answer to the question is fixing a wrecked Toyota Tacoma. Tell Johnson you were the first one to reply. Cash Mortensen, Preston Rhodes, Taylor Sweat, Cash Mortensen, Ken Evader, Camry Fulmer, and Carla all answered the question as well. Taken away, tipped away by Johnson.
Tabiona comes out with a very different defense. Didn't get a chance to quite figure out what the set was, but boy, the coach, Tabiona coach, wants to change things up here.
You know, and that's when you've got as many wins and you've seen as many basketball games as Coach Gines has his playbook and repertoire is got to be gigantic.
Yeah, that's cagey. That's not a guy I want to coach against. Let me just tell you that.
No, he is an extremely good coach. Highly successful in motivating his young man.
Is that a moving screen or
going through the screen?
Going through the screen.
Johnson gets his second foul.
Yeah, you know, if things weren't working the first half, you pull out your playbook and change it up.
It's good to see Easton Peterson back in there after the bloody nose. And for those of you that have missed the conversation here, we're debating what kind of treatment you give a bloody nose.
Rebound tip comes out to Maddox Johnson. He slows it down. Yeah, so, I mean, we're going to have to dig deeper into that, Taylor. Find out the...
Oh, nice little skip pass.
After the foul. All right, we're going to go down to Nathan Thacker, our sideline reporter.
Hey guys, coming out of the half, Tabby players kept saying, we're fine, as they looked to make this a close game heading into the fourth. And then meanwhile, the back-to-back champ said, let's keep the intensity up. Looks like they're primed to make a head into the championship if they accomplish that.
Awesome. Thanks, Nathan. That's kind of exactly what we talked about. Tabby with the right mindset to come back into this thing. They've got to be patient, work it around, get their shots, play their ball.
Air at the foul line again. He is owning this game.
Yeah, Cash Air is a phenomenal basketball player. Left side, Giles, screen from Rhodes to Peterson, and a foul on Johnson. That's his third. His teammates reach out and say, hey, just that little touch sometimes, just touching your teammate on the shoulder, be like, hey, it's okay.
Yeah.
Take a breath.
We need you.
Pass into the backcourt, but No possession, so no harm. Peterson cuts through. Lazenby drives. Air pulls up, draws the block. Called for the block.
You know, and Air, I'm sure, is going to want to charge on that, but I don't think he's squared up like he needs to be.
I thought he was there. He falls away, though, instead of holding.
That step backward.
Yeah, if he's just walls up and holds it and draws the charge, he probably gets it.
That's hard to do when you got somebody like Chase Lazenby coming over the top of you, Mike.
Yeah.
You know, the last time I took a charge in a basketball game, that may have been my last basketball game. I don't think I'd want to stand in front of any of these guys.
I remember I was at a basketball camp when I was young. It was put on by the Dixie Rebels at the time, and the players were like, you gotta sell it, you gotta fall back, and
Lazenby with the steal kind of cuts it back across the middle, right there in the middle of the paint, and gets the shot off, and he is fouled.
That's 4 quick fouls on the Bobcats, so Tabby's going to have a lot of opportunities at the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line.
Hey, Mike, if you can score while the clock stopped when you're down 14, you got to like that.
Absolutely. Nice soft touch, tickles the twine.
Lazenby's the whole package. I love the way he hustles. Solid defensive player. Rolled that one in. Look at this. Coach Gines throwing a full court press out there.
Air to Chappell. Well-designed press break for the Bobcats.
You know, Chappell's one of those key team players, fills his role very well, and you can't turn your back on him because he'll put up some points. He kind of sits out there on the blocks and looks for that dribble drive penetration pass.
Peterson elevates off the dribble at the foul line and shot short. Air with another rebound. Osborne. Chappell in that short corner area is open. Right there, bounce pass. Missed. Air shot blocked by Lazenby. Lazenby comes up with the ball. Chappell gets back and in front and fouls Lazenby. That's going to be the 5th foul on the Bobcats in this quarter. I like the attack of the Tigers. They've got to keep attacking.
Lazenby's been automatic. Don't want to jinx him, but he's doing work out there right now.
Soft roll goes. 5 of 6 from the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line in the 3rd quarter for Lazenby.
And yet again, another type of press.
Air corner 3, got it! Bryce Canyon City 3. Chase Air is 4th of the game. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. Brought to you by these 1A State Championship basketball. Brought to you by Lamb Excavating on TeamHive.live.
The Bryce Canyon Half Marathon course takes you through the iconic red rock that is abundant throughout Bryce Canyon country. Also enjoy the 5K or Color Me Fun run. Register today at BryceCanyonHalfMarathon.com. Race is scheduled for the 2nd Saturday in July.
The Cowboy Smokehouse in Panguitch, where true cowboys, real cattlemen, locals, and city slickers gather for our famous homemade food. Big news, we are moving to a new location that includes a large banquet room to accommodate large parties and events. Come see us at the new Cowboy Smokehouse in Panguitch.
C-Stop Pizza in Panguitch, Utah. Pizza for every taste bud. We have pizza, pasta, wings, salads, breadsticks, and many more delicious items. Go Bobcats from the Crofts family.
Regular exercise is an important part of maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Elevate Fitness in Panguitch is a 7,000 square foot center that will offer weights, treadmills, as well as a turf area for classes. Follow us on our construction project on Facebook, Elevate Fitness.
For banking that helps you power forward, Zion's Bank is for you. We're working on this Hoosiers tournament.
We need it. I'm volunteering the Huntsman Center.
That's a nice facility. Nice little jumper in the paint. Gavin Rhodes, and that's probably an understatement. I don't want to sell the Huntsman Center short.
No,
but.
Gavin, that was a nice move. We need a few more of those from Tabiona to pull this back.
You know, Gavin getting a couple of fouls there in the first half. Now he can play freely without worry about getting too many fouls. And Osborne.
So that's all set up. The ball comes in to Air on the low block. He gets walled up. Osborne flashes the high post. He hits him, elevates, drains it.
And let me tell you, Tabiona is throwing more defenses at Panguitch than I've seen since Rick Majerus played Arizona in the Elite Eight. And every time Panguitch has an answer, it's either Air or somebody else that finds the opening.
You know, that last
They're back
play,
to man.
Foul on the three-point. Nope, no foul. Giles on that last possession, guys, for the Tigers. Sweet little penetration drive at the foul line. Gets it to go down. See if he can continue that. He's a great shooter. He's just got to get a little bit of space off the dribble drive. He can knock it down.
Giles gets a screen from Rhodes, pick and roll, inside Rhodes, lays it up and in. What a beautiful play.
You know, that pass had to be on the money, Mike, for that to happen, and it was.
37-26, 11-point game.
All right, guys, I got another question for our fans out there. Who's the greatest basketball player ever to come out of 1A basketball in the state of Utah?
The leading scorer. So, or you want to talk about it, or do you want to answer?
I guess we got to define it. Let's get an email. Let's get an email answer.
So send in your emails. The greatest 1A basketball player ever.
In 1A.
In 1A.
I think you said 1A basketball player. Sorry, Mike. Hey, the officials having a little discussion here. Foul on Giles as he goes through the screen. And another one of those players. He's solid. You don't want to
pass
him
down
go
to
through you.
Chapel.
Sorry. There
He's
again,
fouled.
Chapel camped out of the block. Dribble drive penetration. He's there, got great hands. You throw it up for him, he's going to go get it. Gets fouled, he's going to the free throw line.
He was kind of hiding in the short corner on that, and he just flashes forward.
Great role player for the Bobcats. His brother, Tucker Chapel, last year, part of the state championship team.
Tucker was a great basketball player. That's like a long dinner discussion. That'd be a great debate. I'm excited about this. We'll get some good answers. Chapel at the Legacy H Hardware free throw line. Missed some Air with a block.
Unbelievable. I'd put Air on that list based on what I'm seeing here tonight. By the way, who doesn't like a name like Cash Air? There is Chapel again, low, open. Blocked that time.
Euro step, left hand won't go. Miller with the rebound, outlet pass taken away by Giles. Giles in the corner. Pass was intended for Lazenby and double dribble.
Calling for double dribble. That was kind of tipped out of his hand and he reached down to grab it. They call it double dribble.
Cameron Parkin into the game for the Bobcats. It's kind of funny. You watch Osborne's demeanor. He's the type of player that wants you to go to sleep on him. He's just kind of like, I'm out here. And then all of a sudden, he strikes like greased lightning.
Yeah, almost unfair, that kind of demeanor on a basketball floor.
Yeah, just super quick. Bounce pass in. Nice pass across to Parkin. That no-look bounce pass behind the back across the paint to Parkin.
Easton Peterson's got to be a little bit frustrated there. I'm sure he thought he got all ball.
David never committed a foul in his life.
Oh, never. Nope. Well, I'd throw one name in there. It's been a while ago, but my math teacher in high school, my freshman year, Jeff Owens, he played for Panguitch, but he was as a freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior. He made that region team with like 16 teams in Southern Utah all 4 years. I've heard he was a baller.
Other one, I never see Donnie Leach play from Panguitch.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, one of my favorite memories as a young player, we were at the Marriott Center watching the state tournament. I was in 8th grade, and the player from Duchesne, he'd torn his ACL, MCL the night before, played semifinal game of the state championship with a full leg brace, and he two-handed hammer. He drop stepped and hammer dunked it off the low block.
That's old school right there. That is old school.
The doctors, I remembered, he's injured, he's done. Nice bounce pass across the paint. Gavin Rhodes
had a couple nice buckets this quarter.
10-point game.
Hey, we're down within 10.
Miller low pass to air, or he could do something with that, but you can't hit him at his feet. Foul on the shot. That's going to be the 3rd foul on Peterson.
Peterson was not going to give Osborne that open shot.
Sam Rhodes says Levi Gines from Tabiona, Slade Bigelow from Green River. Another Levi Gines. Jordan Leffler.
Haven't heard that name in a while. You know, I'm watching this Panguitch team, and you can just see that they've been there year after year. Composure. You see Tabiona make a run, and they're immediately back. They know where they go. They know where to be on the floor. They've got their go-to guys. It's experience. It's impressive to see.
Absolutely. Osborne hits them both from the Legacy H Hardware free throw line. Up top.
You know, and like we've mentioned in previous games, both these teams have played together organized basketball probably since about the 3rd grade. Rhodes hurting.
No. Oh my goodness.
He's up. He's saying, "Coach, leave me in the game." He wanted a foul on that one.
It looked like it's his left knee or ankle.
Yeah, went down hard.
Tiger's not happy that there was not a whistle on that call. But action resumes. Bobcat basketball.
Miller kicks it to Osborne. Air looks into the middle, gives it back up to Osborne, brings it around the perimeter. Miller swatted away, taken away. Giles ahead, and Osborne just elevates out of nowhere. Take the pass away. Air fakes and has the ball stripped away, but he travels first.
And we're coming back the other way.
34 seconds.
Just a 12-point game.
In the 3rd quarter, so plenty of time left. You know, that's just 4 possessions in today's game. But it's got to take 4 stops on the other end. Rhodes in the middle, looks around to Gavin.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Man, falling down, gets it to go.
10-point game, 40-30. Miller. Has the ball knocked away, but it's foul, a reach-in foul on Fabrizio.
You know, this shot clock change really has adjusted the Coach Barney's game. He used to really just let it churn and work and hold the ball and be patient, but the shot clocks forced them to kind of get the offense going quicker, and I think it's actually probably helped them offensively.
Miller makes his first from the Legacy H Hardware free throw line. He was 0 of 2 prior to that.
You know, Mike, talking about 1A players throughout the years, I was talking to Ray Milliner that came down with Taylor. He was from South Summit, and I'm telling you what, Rydalt's boys out of South Summit, great ball players.
42-30.
Yeah, you'd probably put a few of those on the list, right?
Yep, there was 1A back then.
Yeah.
This is 1A Championship Basketball brought to you by Great Lakes Cheese on TeamHive.live.
Fab Rats is an entertaining YouTube channel based in beautiful southern Utah. Carl, Michelle, and the crew showcase major and minor fabrication builds, off-road adventures, family fun, and much more. Check them out on YouTube and subscribe today. Celebrating over 80 years of service, Garfield Ready Mix and Bryce Valley Builders are proud to sponsor 1A basketball. Providing quality concrete to Paiute, Kane, Garfield, and Wayne counties, the mudders at Garfield Ready Mix are the best around. Are you looking for ways to protect your agricultural-related investments from lack of precipitation and market downturns? We are the Ag Experts. Our team specializes in PRF insurance, LRP insurance, and ranch insurance. Give Chad a call today to learn how you can protect your calf check from the market downturns and your livestock range from drought. Don't get caught at the bottom of the cycles. Choose the experts. Choose us, your agriculture insurance specialists. Call Chad Lyman with Tyler Jeffs & Associates at 435-633-5981.
Well, here we are, last quarter. Tabiona Panguitch, 12-point lead. They cut 1 point off of the lead since half.
Yeah, the fouls really got them in. They got in foul trouble. Not in foul trouble, but they got in Panguitch into the bonus. And Tabby would score, and the Bobcats would hit some free throws, and really unable to capitalize. Missed 3, but Rhodes there to rebound it. Peterson looks, drives in, draws contact, no call.
So I really feel like this the foul and the free throw bonus rule change this year. I mean, you have an advantage in the third quarter, boom, you lose it going into the fourth.
Yeah.
You know, because you don't have the fouls to put you in the double bonus,
so
the bonus or the 1-on-1.
I'll tell you, David, this one. So B.J. Porter from Layton Christian, and what was those? The Milholland kid from?
Yeah, he was good too. Diamond
Ranch. Miller jumper won't go. 42-30.
You know,
Ryan Wilden from Milford, David.
Yeah, I played against Ryan. He was a good baller. His probably niece is playing right now from Milford. She hit a big shot today to advance the Milford Tigers to the Consolation Championship game
against Bryce Valley.
Oh yeah, the game against Bryce Valley tomorrow. Yeah. I thought you meant in the game that she hit the shot. Sorry, Mike. My mind's fried.
So Milford and
Lazenby shot up. No whistle. Nope. Yeah, we do have a whistle on the shot. He's going to go to the free throw line shooting too. Chance just battling inside there, trying to get shot. And if he can't do it, getting the ball basket to fall, he's going to do it from the free throw line.
You know, you guys are getting so good at this game production. You ever thought about doing kind of a 30 for 30 type show?
Yeah, that would be a cool idea. Where are they now kind of a thing?
Yeah.
Jeremy Chambers said it was the Rydalch kid from Duchesne that dunked it up there. Jeremy Chamberlain, remember. That's what he said. Easton Siret says Timmy Hughes, greatest. We didn't coach Timmy. We coached his older brother. Tabs into the game for the Bobcats. Miller at the high post, jumper, rims out. Put back up and in. Parkin
coming in, getting an incredible contribution.
You know, Parkin comes off the bench, like you're saying, and just kind of quietly does his job, gets rebounds, gets some points, a foul on Peters. That's going to be his fourth.
You know, the Tigers are going to get some fouls here, but they have got to take some chances to try to turn the tide here. Still down 12. Still not bad. Still in the game.
A lot of time left.
But you've got to get some movement, either some stops and then conversions on offense.
Lucio, David. Jordan Lucio.
Oh, yeah. Braxton Siret. For the Mustangs, he was a good ball player.
Tabs baseline, gets it to Miller. He throws it at the basket because he was falling out of bounds. Tabby with an opportunity to cut into the lead. Kicks it to Giles. Open three, long. 30 for 30 on 1A. It just sunk in. 30 for 30 on 1A ball would be kind of cool.
I mean, you think about it. We ought to get you a director and get this thing going.
That'd be awesome.
We'll start with the two of you and your coaching careers.
that was really, really short-lived for David and I.
Yeah.
My daughter worked on. Did you see the it was a Black 13 that BYU did?
Yeah.
My daughter helped produce that as part of
good.
the broadcasting program.
That was a good show. That was a fantastic show.
Nice bounce pass down to Parkin.
Boy, a lot of names popping out. You throw that question out there. Tom Hatch says Arlen Schuyler. Robert Miller, Arlen Schuyler. Terry Cottom says, hey, her greatest player ever was Ryan Cottom.
That's her husband.
Is that her husband?
Yeah, he was good, though.
Hey, how about Tony and Jeff Baird, David from Valley?
Yeah. A lot of great names throughout the years, and just really a great basketball tradition. And it ages us, Mike, because we know who most of those names are. We can pass
into
inside.
Rhodes. Drop steps left, right.
Oh, nice.
Got it up and in.
He has made some tough baskets here in the second half.
Absolutely.
Getting 2-and-1 opportunity here.
And that's what Tabby needs, is those type of opportunities.
Lead back down to 12.
Close the gap.
You know, you look at a guy like Logan Rhodes, he's a senior. And you can tell he's like, you know what, I'm going to leave it all on the floor this game.
Definitely. You've dreamed about this game. You've worked, like I said, your whole life just dreaming of this game. And you're here, you got to lay it out. And they are.
Absolutely. This state championship basketball brought to you by Chicken Lights and Chrome Truck Show in Panguitch on KSLSports.com.
Comes to traditions, at the top of the list has to be a stop at Henry's Drive-In on Highway 89 in Panguitch for a hot and juicy chubby cheeseburger and an order of homemade onion rings. From the amazing crew at Henry's, they wish all teams success.
Hey guys, at the beginning of the fourth, Coach Gines said, your target score is now in front of you. You have to score 12 more than them or we're done. And then on the other side, Coach Barney said that his boys are in la-la land, per his quotes right now, letting Tabiona stay in this. Let's see how the Bobcats do in the clutch.
Yeah, that's Coach Barney saying that. Thank you, Nathan. Coach Barney saying his boys are in la-la land. 11-point game is...
That is a worrisome spot to be as a coach. You know you've got the game in a good spot, but you got to finish.
It can turn quick.
Well, we watched that in the girls' semifinal game. Rich,
didn't we?
They had that game in hand, and they just couldn't score in the fourth quarter.
But who do they go to? Cash Air. By the way, that guy has got a fantastic name. If I were to take a bet on somebody in life, it'd be somebody with the first name of Cash.
I've got one close, Cachet. I tell people she drained me all my cash when she was born. You know?
Is that right?
Yeah. But great name, Cash Air.
Yeah. I got a friend whose name is Deal Daly.
Deal Daly.
Yeah.
There's a Timber Wood playing in the tournament.
Is that right?
Air misses his first. Still just an 11-point game, guys.
Yeah, it's a
sneaky.
And the Tigers can be explosive.
Misses both, and that's the opportunity that Tigers need.
Uncharacteristic.
His first missed free throws in the game. Lazenby, little turnaround jumper, misses, gets his own rebound, and he's fouled. Lazenby hanging with it.
You know, he gets that second effort put back. You know, you wonder if he lands, head fakes, goes up again. But, hey, he's scoring with the clock stop right here. And that's Cash Air's 5th foul.
Oh, my goodness.
Big foul. 4:39 to go in the game.
Stay with us, fans. This is getting interesting.
Able to cut the
Cash
lead
Air
to
finishes.
9.
He had 4 Bryce Canyon City threes, a 2-point basket, and 2 for 4 from the foul line. Lazenby misses.
Rare miss. How's he shot from the free throw line tonight, Mike?
He was 5 of 6. There's a Rocky Road, speaking of good names, Rocky Roads from Tabiona.
I met him last year when he's an 8th grader, and I'm like, really? Your name's Rocky? And he says, yeah. And I'm like, oh, man, this is going to be fun.
Elizabeth texted that one in, David.
Yeah, I saw that.
Offensive foul on Miller.
Boy, I'm watching the Tabiona fans. You can feel this thing turning a little bit. We're at a critical point here. 10-point game. We haven't seen 10 in a while.
Giles, 4:15 to go in the game, 25 on the shot clock. Fabrizio has it taken away by Tibbs.
Still.
It's a big takeaway and then a foul.
Tabs coming to Panguitch from Hurricane last year.
Mark Tebbs helping us out with production this year, moving back to Panguitch, wanting to get a little closer to the family ranch, and his boy and, Grandpa excited about to see him in a Bobcat uniform. Tigers wanted the 5-second call.
They wanted the 5-second call, blocked out of bounds. And fouled. They felt like, I think he stepped on the line over there right in front of Coach Barney, but it was right at the official's feet. I don't think he saw it. Well, he didn't, or he'd have called the whistle, blown the whistle.
Not a bad foul. That's a tough foul. Rhodes picking up his 4th. I was going to say, not a bad foul, making him earn it from the free throw line, but
they're hitting him.
He does pick up his 4th foul.
Leon Carter from Green River played at CEU, San Diego State, and overseas pro ball. Terry Parsons sends that one in.
Boy, that's actually an interesting way to view it, right?
Yeah.
Who went the furthest in their career?
There you go.
He'd have to be up there.
Reverse pivot, shot up. Miller
is just deciding that he's going to win this game. You look at that. Look at on his face. Oh.
A technical on Lazenby.
As they both clash in the backcourt. They're splitting the teams, telling them to go back to their benches. What are they doing? Somebody called timeout.
Miller, they were kind of going back and forth.
Can we see what happened on the replay? Mike, a rule I learned early on as a player, if you want to strike back, you got to wait for 2 plays down the floor. Then you can strike back.
David, I was never smart enough or had enough self-control to do that.
Me either.
Because if you strike back right then, it's usually the person that kind of bumps back second is going to get the foul.
They're watching you.
They're going to talk it over, or a double foul, or see what they come up with. That's no fouls on the board yet.
So it actually starts earlier.
It's Giants is not look happy.
It started on the rebound. Lazenby trying to get it away from Miller, and so they go double technical. And I think
that's the right call. I don't know what the replay looked like.
They were jawing back and forth on the replay, and it started. Lazenby was in there they had joint control of the ball, and Miller rips it away, and then Lazenby comes back in, and they're jawing back and forth. So it's
both
the right call.
Both coaches seem content with that option. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pretty fired up and arguing, and now they're both back at benches like, all right, that's fair.
Nobody shoots free throws. Nobody fouled out.
And it really doesn't swing any more. Oh, Ted loses the handle on it as it's tipped away from him by Fabrizio. Little offensive-defensive substitution. Coach Gines wanting Rhodes on defense more than offense right now. That big body inside, really a deterrent and effective against the Bobcats.
That was the fourth foul on both Miller and Lazenby, though. So that part of it is a big deal.
Neither team can afford to lose either of those players.
Rhodes with a little floater in the paint.
That's Logan Rhodes.
That was a nice touch.
5 points in the fourth quarter for Logan Rhodes.
Travel, kind of tipped, he gathers it up and stutter steps 3 times for the travel.
That last shot for Logan Rhodes was next level, I'm telling you. That's a tough shot. Control the body, let it roll off the fingers, float it in.
Absolutely.
I'm sure he's practiced that many times. It just doesn't happen either.
Coming off the double screen, Fabrizio goes to the corner, takes the three.
You gotta be kidding me.
Bryce Canyon City 3 cuts the lead to single digits. And timeout Tabiona, 48-41. We've got a ball game here.
We got the town of Tabiona on its feet right now.
This 1A State Championship basketball brought to you by Lamb Excavating on TeamHive.live.
Hey Mom, I'm going to Sydney.
Hello? What about the fridge?
You know, guys, if I might make an observation, this is the finest in interactive media.
Taken away on the
Oh,
inbounds.
my goodness.
5-point game. The Bobcats go to sleep on the inbounds. A little out of control. That's 5 points in about 2 seconds for Fabrizio. Tabs drives, pulls up in the paint, hard off the backboard, gets his own rebound, kicks it out to Osborne. Bounce pass inside. Coach Barney calls a timeout to talk about it.
You know that. Let's stay here. Hey, Mike, what do you do if you're Coach Barney? I mean, you call that timeout. You see a little bit of chaos on the floor. What do you tell your kid players?
You know, I think at this point you've got to. The Bobcats are rattled. Coach Barney's got to be like, okay, it's got to be a calming factor right now. I think.
And you've got to find that player. Jay Sayers, that constant kind of calm confidence he gives the team. He's on the bench with 5 fouls. What player do you look to bring that to your team, do you think?
You know, I like Johnson Maddox in this situation. He seemed to have composure. I would think you're going to go to your bread and butter inbounds play here. One that everybody's familiar with, one that's been successful.
Yeah, good point. And if you're the Tigers, Mike, who do you look to as your team leader to get your team rallied right now?
You know, right now it's been, in this fourth quarter, it has been Fabrizio and Logan Rhodes.
Fabrizio has sparked a fire in the Tigers, but Rhodes, that constant
There's
leadership.
A foul before the inbounds, or on the inbounds.
But Chance Lazenby really provides that leadership also out on the floor, and Logan Rhodes both providing great leadership out there. But really the spark here at this point in the game, Fabrizio.
The junior Gavin Rhodes just fouled out with that foul. Big free throw from Chappell. He was 0 for 2 from the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. Also makes them both
7-point game.
Coach Gines out of timeout and tipped out of bounds as a big collision by Lazenby and Osborne, and they both get up hobbling.
Did you ever clash knees with anybody,
I was gonna say,
Mike?
did you hear that in the headset?
I heard that. It was knee on knee. That's the worst.
They go to each other like, hey, sorry. I don't think there's any trash talk there. They're both in enough pain. They're like, hey.
It looks like Osborne's right leg and Lazenby's right knee.
Guys, I want to go back to those 2 free throws. I think we got to give some reverence to Chappell.
Oh, absolutely.
Those 2 free throws may make a difference in the game.
Stop the bleeding.
Lazenby comes up, knee clash, limping down the floor, makes a shot.
On defense, he's limping. On offense with the dribble, he didn't even know he was hurt. Tabbs crosses just in time at the 25-second mark on the shot clock. Miller to Tabbs. Miller comes to the right, looks to Osborne. Osborne.
Just got to play defense if you're Tabiona. Keep them in front of you.
Drive, nice pass down inside.
You know, Mike, we talk about the spark plug on the team. Osborne having a great game, sparking the Bobcats when he needs to.
Long
Giles
three.
Won't go. Osborne with the rebound. And how about Cameron Parkin off the bench? 12 points so far in the game for the Bobcats.
Big game for Parkin.
Parkin defended by Rhodes. To Tabbs.
Tabbs does a good job with that ball. Picks his dribble out up high.
Osborne drug the pivot foot, got caught.
That looked pretty smooth though, almost gets away with it.
He ran into the defender there, and so he couldn't elevate, and so his momentum's just carrying him forward.
That foot on the ground.
Got to score, Tabiona.
7-point game, under a minute to go.
Giles from the Pearson Tire logo, won't go. Rebound, Rhodes puts it back, won't go.
Got a foul.
That's the hard part about this new foul rule. Everything's double bonus, all 2-shot fouls. Tabbs.
Yeah, how do you like that? 2 shots. I kind of like the intrigue of the 1-and-1 occasionally.
I do too. I like the resetting now, so that, used to be 7 and 10, and now it's 5. I wish there was. I like that it resets so you don't end up like the second or fourth quarter shooting foul shots the whole quarter. But I wish there was a 1-and-1 component. Whether you went to 1-and-1 at 4 or 1-and-1 at 5, I wish they'd put that in somehow. Tabbs makes his first from Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. Both of them. 3 of 4 from the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line.
Well, Tabiona pulled it close. Coach Barney calls a timeout and got the composure he needed. Would have liked to have heard that speech.
I'm sure Nate was there. Listening. Do we want to cut to Nate right now? Is Nate available?
I don't know if he
I
has
wonder
anything.
if he was there on that last timeout.
So here's a question. So I don't know who texted this in. Somebody texted this in. Mike. But they say the question should be greatest team, though. Who was the greatest team?
It is a team sport.
It is a team sport.
I like that one.
Well, What do you do if you're Coach Gines right here, Mike? You got to get some shots rolling. I mean, do you foul and take that chance?
Yeah, you've got to gamble on some passes, try to get the steal, and
but you've got to stop the clock too.
Problem is, Panguitch in the third and fourth quarter they've missed 4 out of 16 free throws. So they're shooting 75% from the free throw line.
Wow. And the Bobcats come out with a little pressure full court.
See if we can get a little Fabrizio magic.
There it is.
No, that's Dayton Giles with the Bryce Canyon City 3 and a quick foul. So they slipped a number 2 in on us.
What a shot, Dayton.
I've always
He's got
liked
5
that.
threes on the year. You're in a semifinal game.
Who do you go to?
You go.
The guy with
to
5,
number 2
of course.
Giles,
It was
yeah.
obvious there, wasn't it?
Wow, what confidence.
Osborne at the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line is 2 of 2 on the night.
Oh, getting interesting, guys.
This stays within a 2-possession game. We might see the Fabrizio Giles 2-step on this next one.
This is
a
a
2-possession game. Give me a 3.
Rhodes pulls up for 3, won't go. Quick foul on Parkin. That's probably going to do it. 10 seconds, 6 points.
If you're Coach Barney right now and you're saying, you know, we may pull this one off with 10 seconds to go, what are you thinking? You've seen Rich play. They've had 2 20-point-plus wins.
Yeah.
What are you going to tell your guys tonight?
I think it's got to be, hey, we pulled off the victory. We haven't seen our best basketball yet.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the Bobcats are capable, and we saw it early on when they pulled away from Tabby handily.
That free throw by Parkin, sorry, Mike, makes it a 3-possession game. Fabrizio, what a game for Fabrizio tonight.
55-47 is your final. 48.
Great game.
You know, it's heartbreaking to see a team like the Tigers not get the win, but either team, I mean, somebody's got to walk out of here, the victor and the other with the defeat, and both teams, great class, great sportsmanship as they congratulate each other, but tough loss for the Tigers on a great season. Still not over. Toughest game in the tournament is when you lose that semifinal game and have to come back the next morning to play for that game.